Okay, so the last step to really getting your gradebook up and running so that it's useful to students is to set up the overall grade. And this column will appear at the top of this list or at the beginning of the grid view, but first you have to set it up. So if you haven't played around with your gradebook much, it's probably still at the bottom of your screen like this. It says set up the overall grade, and there's a set it up button, and you can click on it and it'll take you to this screen. If you have already played around with it, but maybe you didn't know for sure how to do it, and so you're worried that it disappeared, don't worry. It's still right here, or in the grid view. It's right here, and this is where it'll stay, and you can just click on it and click edit and take yourself to the same screen. So I have mine set up already to be category weights. The default, when you first go there, it'll say this, gradebook item weights. And so it'll take each item, each graded item that you have in the course, and it will spread the percentages out equally. So each item would be worth the same percentage of the grade. And if you would prefer to do it by category, or you can change these, you can change these so that they actually match what you have in your syllabus. If you have a fixed number of assignments and you know how much each of those assignments is worth toward the total grade of the class, you can set that up here. You do have to have them all created in order to set that up and give students the correct impression of how they're doing in the course as they go. This is also an option how the overall grade is displayed. That means to students and to you. And so you can change it. The default is letter, but I've changed it to percentage because I think more information is better. And then you would click save if that's the way you wanted to do it. I set mine up by category weights. And so these are all of the categories that I have used so far in my course, whether they're dummy assignments or real assignments. These are the only ones that have been identified in my course gradebook. So they're the only ones that I can use. And I can change these around as long as my total is always 100%, and I can make things 0. Sometimes I have quizzes that don't actually count toward the final grade. For instance, my syllabus quiz doesn't count toward the final grade. It just counts as attendance. So if I take a percentage away there, if I take, I need to make the percentage higher somewhere else. And as long as you equal 100% here, you can make sure it's on the percentage if that's how you want it. And then you click save, and your gradebook column is now set up. So any assignments that you have that either are not in categories that you're using, if you're doing category weights, or if you're doing just item weights and you've set an item to 0, students will still be able to see their grade on that item. So Dr. McGoy Summers, and I stole this idea shamelessly from her, she uses the attendance module. She takes attendance for students who submit work on time or who attend optional one-on-one meetings or optional group meetings because it's an online course. So when she sees a student doing something either on time or showing up to get help, she counts that student as present. And so it gives her a good sense of who's active in the course, and it also gives students an average. So therefore, if they say, well, I've been trying really hard and could you give me a break and give me an extension or help me out and bump my grade up, I only have a point until I have an A. At the end of the semester, you can look at that attendance grade and you can make that decision. So it still wouldn't affect this overall grade over here in this overall grade column, but it would be information that you would have in case you wanted to make a decision about the student's performance or talk to the student about their performance or something along those lines. So it's a good thing to keep in mind that you can have grades here that do not influence this overall grade, and you can use them for whatever reason or just for information keeping purposes that you like. So that is the last step of having a sort of functional and useful grade book, and we'll get into more later on. Thank you.